in your devotions along somewhere in that time period, God started talking to you. What did he tell you?
He did. You know, I've never been one to understand what it meant by when other guys would say, well, I heard God's voice. I've never heard an audible voice. But I remember on a fishing trip once, I went out and a gentleman challenged us. He said, go out and hear God's voice. And I went out and I could tell you exactly where I was. And I heard God say for the first time, Johnny's the most precious gift I've given you. You take care of her.
What'd you think? I mean, you were already taking care of her.
Well, at that point, I didn't understand what it meant. I mean, I'm taking care of her, God. What else do you want me to do? It wasn't until a few years later that it finally came together and I understood.
Happened?
Well, that's when Johnny was diagnosed with cancer. And you know, there was this moment where I realized I may lose my best friend. And then at the same time, I realized at that point, God, this is what you were talking about. You know, Johnny's the most precious gift I've given you. You take care of her.
And you punched in, Ken. I mean, you all of a sudden, you changed in a big time way. What was the change that everybody saw?
Well, the change was I was going to fight for my wife. If we're going to go down this road of cancer together, this journey, I was going to be her advocate. You know, I was going to be the guy that was going to be there for all of her appointments, be able to, you know, to talk to the doctors, the nurses, the staff, whoever it was. I was going to be there and make sure that the decisions that were made in the best interest of my wife. And I think for us at that point, it brought us closer together, for Johnny and I. She realized for the first time that I really was going to fight for her.
When did you realize something was happening here?
I saw his depression lift. I saw the fog begin to disappear. I saw a brightness in his eyes. I saw a smile that was from the heart. And I could tell that Ken thought I was that, quote, precious gift that God spoke to him about. I saw it in his demeanor. He just, even through my chronic pain, because my pain persisted even through cancer, he was able somehow to manage all that. And I look at Ken and I think what happened from my perspective, I think the utter helplessness, the bewilderment of what Cindy was just saying, not being able to do anything, not being able to help, not being able to take the burden. I saw that that was what drove him to Jesus Christ. And that's not a bad thing. When we come to Jesus saying, I can't do this. I can't do the caregiving. Oh my goodness, I can't do the quadriplegia. But don't be ashamed of it. It can be the very thing that'll drive you into the Savior's arms. I saw that in Ken.